All right, while you're checking that, I will address Mr. Hogaboom. Do you have anything you want to say before I pronounce your sentence? You don't have to, but you're welcome to. It sounded like maybe you wanted to.
I was just going to let you know I was released from corrections.
Right from the start, this case looks routine, but don't be fooled. A suspended license tied to a prior DUI instantly raises the stakes. One wrong move here could spiral quickly. Pay attention to every answer. Subscribe now for more intense courtroom breakdowns and real legal drama you don't want to miss.
Joseph Baca for the state. The defendant appears in person and pro se. Mr. Hogaboom, when you were here December 17th, you said you were going to seek diversion. Did you do that? Could you click on your little red microphone with the line through it if you're on your telephone? Need to start your volume, unmute. Thank you. Where'd you go? There you are.
It got denied, so I'll just plead no contest.
All right. To the charge of driving while suspended. Before I go to that, are you going to represent yourself and waive your right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you do have the right to hire an attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, you still wish to waive your right and represent yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone making you waive your right to an attorney today?
No, ma'am.
Then I will have the record reflect, both in the docket notes and the journal entry, that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to an attorney, doing so on record. And how do you plead then to driving while suspended in Butler County on March 18th of 2025?
No contest.
By pleading no contest, you're not admitting the charge, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you do have the right to trial, but with this plea, you're giving up that right. You will most likely be found guilty and unable to appeal the conviction.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. I find that you've not only knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney, but you've also knowingly and voluntarily pled no contest to driving while suspended. Mr. Baca, does the state have a factual basis to support this charge in this plea?
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, if we were to proceed to trial, the state would show that on March 18th of 2025, the defendant did operate a motor vehicle in the county of Butler County, Kansas, when he had a suspended license. As to have a bit more information on that, it does appear that the location he was at was US 54 233 milepost and was driving a 2007 Chevrolet pickup. In regards to his record, it does appear that, according to the driving records, he was suspended at that time, and that was due to a suspension for a conviction of DUI.
Very well, thank you. I do find that the state has also provided a factual basis. Therefore, I find the defendant guilty as charged of driving while suspended. Are there any recommendations from the state for sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the state would recommend the mandatory minimum fine of $100. We would recommend 120 days jail suspended. We would also recommend 6 months reporting probation, pay court costs, and a probation fee. And to explain, Your Honor, that reporting probation, the reason we are recommending probation reporting is he is currently on a probation, I believe, for that prior DUI that
I,
caused suspension.
And do you believe that probation is in Butler County, or do you know?
I can check on that, Your Honor. Brief moment, please.
I was actually released off probation.
Okay, well,
I,
we'll come back. We'll come to you in just a moment, Mr. Hogaboom.
okay.
Hogaboom. All right, while you're checking that, I will address Mr. Hogaboom. Do you have anything you want to say before I pronounce your sentence? You don't have to, but you're welcome to. It sounded like maybe you wanted to.
I was just going to let you know I was released from corrections,
So
and
you are supervision through community corrections, not court services?
I was, but I got released last month. And when I did get pulled over for that, the officer, I actually still had my license, and I didn't realize I was suspended. He told me it probably got sent to an old address, so I just wanted to note that.
Okay. But you had been on probation with court services and then were transferred to corrections and then released from corrections?
No, I was on corrections the entire time. I was on it for 2 years.
Oh, and then they released you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, at this time, I am going to sentence you to 120 days, but that will be suspended as long as you successfully complete a 6-month probation that will be reporting with supervision by, I'm going to start you out with court services. And hopefully that'll work for you. Your
Hey.
fine is $100. Your court costs are $108. There will be a $60 supervision fee for a total of $268. Would you like to pay that today, or can I give you some time to pay that, Mr. Hogaboom?
I can pay it tomorrow. I can't.
All right.
I can't.
Friday, March 12th, I think that is. No, tomorrow is Thursday, March 12th.
Yeah.
That's when you want to pay it? All right, well, I'm going to give you 30 days to pay, just for good measure. I know that you can't pay online until we get the journal entry in, but if you want to go down to the courthouse and pay, you can do that tomorrow, as I understand it.
Yes, ma'am.
But your 6-month probation is going to have the conditions that you violate no laws and that you follow all standard conditions and that you pay the $268 within 30 days.
Okay. It'll be paid tomorrow.
All right. And be sure and call them. I would say call probation this morning as soon as you leave this hearing. And their number is 316-322-4153. Call and tell them you're signing up for probation in 25 BU 2025 TR 2124.
That's just my case number, right?
That's your case number, yes.
Okay.
And then they can look up all the conditions. But do you have any questions before I let you go, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, then thank you. You may go at this time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Best wishes to you. All righty, let's go to Tammy Carr. I think I saw you next on here.
I'm here, ma'am. Here I am.
On the record in BU 2025 TR 1430, State of Kansas versus Tammy Lynn Carr. Joseph Baca for the state, Tammy Carr in person and pro se. Ms. Carr, you have one count of driving without a license. You told me at your first appearance on September 24th of 2025 that you were applying for diversion. Did you do so?
Ma'am, I got my license on 01/15 of 2026.
Now we're seeing confusion collide with courtroom reality. The defendant believed getting a license later would fix everything, but that's not how the law works. Charges are based on what happened then, not now. Do you think this is genuine misunderstanding or just avoiding responsibility for the original violation altogether?
Okay, well, that would have been after the day they said you were driving without a license. Did you apply for diversion?
Nope. I thought you guys.
I thought that I told you I was going to get my license in a couple weeks, and I did that.
Well, you may have told me that, but you also told me you're going to apply for diversion, try to get this dismissed and kept off your record. But it sounds like you didn't do that.
No, I didn't. I don't recall you saying that to me, Judge.
Well, I did. All right. So who's helping you there? Who's instructing you there?
Huh?
You have someone beside you there who seems to be instructing you. Who's helping
Oh,
you?
my cousin's here visiting me.
Okay. Well, let's see. What are you going to do now? You're charged with driving without a license. You didn't apply for diversion. You didn't apply apparently for an attorney. You don't want an attorney? I mean, this is
Oh
going,
my! I
this
thought
is
this would
going
be
back.
dropped.
This was, but I thought this was going to be dropped
No.
when I got my license today.
To no driver's license.
I mean-
possession.
To no driver's license in possession.
I don't know about that. That would have to have been between you and the state. Did you talk to anyone from the prosecutor's office?
Didn't know I was supposed to, ma'am.
Well, I don't know that you were supposed to, but I gave you the opportunity if you wanted to. The only thing I can do is take you to trial and determine if you had a license on September 24, 25 and was driving or you didn't. Now, what you did after, if you and the state had some kind of agreement that they would dismiss it, they're the ones that file it, they're the ones that dismiss it. The only way I can dismiss it is to go to trial and find you not guilty.
Can I just plead no contest?
You can do that if you want. Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed or represent yourself?
Apply for.
I would need a court appointed attorney, I guess. I mean,
Well, you've
I
had
thought this
yeah,
was.
you've had the opportunity to do that since September 24th, and you haven't. But you're
Because
telling
she
me,
was under the assumption this would be dropped to a. Sorry,
Oh, you-
I'm sorry.
yeah, if you're not her lawyer, you can't represent her. And I don't know why she would have that understanding. That's never something that's told to a defendant. I don't know why she'd have that understanding unless she worked something out with the state. Mr. Baca, did you make any agreements with her that if she went out and got her license, miss this?
Mhm.
Your Honor, our office has not communicated with Ms. Carr, but we are willing to make an offer on the case.
All right. Do you want to do that in the breakout room or tell her now?
I can just let her know, Your Honor, we have received proof that her license has been reinstated at this time. So at this time, the state would move to amend that sole charge to KSA 8-244, no license in possession. If she desires to plead guilty to that amended charge, we would be recommending a $200 fine, 30 days jail suspended, 6 months non-reporting probation, and pay court costs.
All right. Now, Miss Carr, did you understand what he said? I don't want you to be confused.
Yes. Yes, I do, ma'am.
Is that something you want to do?
Yes.
All right. So are you wanting to proceed on your own today without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
So you do not want to hire an attorney and you do not want to apply for court appointed. Is that correct?
That's correct. The only question I have is how long do I have to pay the $200?
Well, let's find out first of all if you have an attorney or if you want an attorney. At this point, you want to waive your right and represent yourself.
Yes.
Is anyone making you waive your right to an attorney?
No, ma'am.
All right, then I will have the record reflect that you are knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to an attorney and going to represent yourself. Now, the next order of business is the plea offer, and you said you do want to accept that,
Yes.
and I can give you some time to pay. How do you plead to driving? How do you plead to the amended charge of driving without a license in your possession, a Class C misdemeanor?
Guilty.
You want to plead guilty, or did you say no contest? Now, which is it?
No contest, ma'am. Thank you very much for that.
All right, so you don't want to admit the charge, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is anyone making you waive your right to trial and enter this plea today?
No.
You understand, even though you're not admitting the charge, you're still giving up your right to trial and will most likely be found guilty, unable to appeal your conviction. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Baca, you have a factual basis to support this charge in your plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, if we were to proceed to trial, the state would show that on June 14th of 2025, The defendant was driving a vehicle at a location here in Butler County, Kansas, that being K254 and Southwest River Valley Road. On that day, at that location, she did not have a license in her possession when requested by a law enforcement officer with the Butler County Sheriff's Department.
I find that the defendant has not only knowingly and voluntarily entered a no contest plea, but the state also has provided a factual basis. I find the defendant guilty of the amended charge, KSA 8-244. I will follow the plea agreement for sentencing. The fine, Ms. Carr, is $200. Your court
Okay.
costs are $108 for a total of $308. How much time do you need to pay $308?
Oh, maybe 60 days.
60 to 90 days.
Okay, you're either representing yourself or you've got an attorney there.
No,
But
I'm representing myself.
all right, I'm going to go with 60 days to pay. Contact the clerk's office and they can tell you how to make that payment. And then I'm going to give you a 30-day suspended jail sentence. You will not have to serve that if you complete a 6-month non-reporting probation. That
Okay.
means you don't see a probation officer, but you are on probation for 6 months. If you violate that probation, it can be revoked and you can serve the 30 days. But your probation just has a couple of conditions. The first one is violate no laws for 6 months. The second is to pay $308 to the clerk of the district court within 60 days. And let me check just a couple of other things. All right, you have 2 conditions. If you don't want to serve 30 days in jail, violate no laws for 6 months and pay all of the $308 within 60 days. Any questions, Ms. Carr?
No, I
Mr.
understand
Baca?
everything.
Very good. Mr. Baca, anything further from the state?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Very well, then Ms. Carr is excused from this proceeding. You may go, be sure and check with the clerk of the district court on payment.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You have a blessed day.
Welcome. Thank you, you too. And Ms. Cooper, I saw you there. You are. Who do you want to take up? Would that be Edmonson?
Yes, Your Honor. I was just going to ask for a continuance. I don't believe the state has an objection. Looking at my calendar, April 15th works for me. She's very close to getting her driver's license reinstated, and we're hoping we'd be able to, at that point, work something out with the state on this.
Is she present today?
She's not. I have her on the phone. She can get on if necessary. I told her I would ask without her appearance if that's potentially permissible.
This moment shifts the tone completely. The court is making it clear procedures matter. Missing appearances, unclear communication, and assumptions about outcomes only make things worse. You can feel the patience wearing thin. At this point, it's not just about the charge. It's about accountability and whether the defendant is taking this seriously.
Well, I do prefer to have them here, so I know that they're paying attention to what is going on. She does have a $1,000 OR bond she posted December 10th and was told to be here, but if her attorney told her otherwise, I understand. Very well, we are on the record in BU 2025 TR 2104, state represented by Attorney Joseph Baca, defendant not in person, but by Attorney Shannon Cooper. I understood before we went on the record, Ms. Cooper advised her client she would appear for her and that she did not need to be here. Her bond that she made, or her OR bond back in December, told her to be here personally. But as I was saying, I understand her following her attorney's advice, and this once I will excuse the defendant, but she'll need to be here in person for future hearings. And Ms. Cooper, you said you wanted to continue this to April 15th at 9 a.m.?
Yeah. Yes, if that's an available docket day. And I mean, I can get her on here. She has the link. I just was going to ask if it was okay for her not to from you.
Okay. Mr. Baca, does the state object to her not appearing personally?
Your Honor, I would not object today to the defendant not appearing personally, and for the court's information, we've only had one prior setting on this, so I would not object to defendant's request for continuance for today.
All right.
Can I? April 15th, we're booked. I can have one spot on the 22nd, but I am not willing to overbook us unless that's something you want to do.
Sure.
not
I
the
just checked. The
22nd,
22nd,
how's that?
I'm in
Okay.
trial that day, so it'd have to be a different day for me.
All right. What else do you have, Jenna?
April 20th. Let's restart. May 20th, I have available. May 27th are my next available.
Okay.
Did you say May 20th is your next available?
Yes. Otherwise, it would be April 22nd, but she said she was in trial.
I can do May 20th.
Okay. May 20th at 9 a.m. This matter is continued at the defendant's request, and the defendant will be continued on her bond with the added condition that she reappear 9 a.m. May 20th. And Ms. Cooper, again, please have her be here in person in addition to with her counsel.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, we'll be in recess on Edmonson. Ms. Cooper, have you anyone else on this docket this morning?
No, I just had the one. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other defense attorney waiting this morning to have their case heard?
I'm going to
got one, Your
interrupt you one more time, Judge. We do have a Spanish.
We have a what?
I'm going to interrupt you one more time. We do have a Spanish interpreter on today's docket.
All right, Mr. Gearing or Miss Davis, do you have the Spanish-speaking individual? No?
No, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Gearing, I saw you pop up first, so I'm going to take your case. Who is it?
Mr. Kimbro, Your Honor, 26 TR 309.
We are on the record in BU 2026 TR 309, State of Kansas versus Kyle McCrae Kimbro. Please announce appearances.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Joseph Baca appearing for the state of Kansas.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Ryan Gearing for Mr. Kimbro. He is here in my waiting room. I'll go get him. If I may have 1 second.
Yes, please go ahead.
Ryan, come on back. He'll be seated behind me momentarily, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I haven't had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Baca yet. I guess I would let him know. Mr. Kimbro has been able to get his license reinstated to restriction. I don't know if that helps with a plea offer. We would like but
go ahead. I see amended information did dismiss count 1. That leaves us with driving while suspended. Mr. Baca, do you have any announcements concerning this case?
Nothing specific, Your Honor. I'll let the attorney know that generally these are Mr. Regier's cases and he will be approving. I know if they haven't contacted him, he might need to set it over to get some time to contact Mr. Regier. I do see what you're speaking to as well, Your Honor, that we are now down to just that sole count. I mean, if the defendant's willing or wanting to plead to that, we are ready to proceed today. Otherwise, if he'd like some time to speak with Mr. Regier, I would not object if he wanted to set that over to get some time to talk with him.
that's what we would prefer then, Your Honor.
Very well, then let's see. Jenna, when do you want to continue this to?
Do you want this on a Monday? Or
Yes, please. Well, I guess I'll let counsel, Mr. Gearing, any preference to Monday or Wednesday at 9 a.m.?
I guess it kind of just depends on what Monday or Wednesday it is, Your Honor.
Fair enough. Jenna, what do you have available first?
So it'll be either Wednesday, May 20th or Monday, June 1st.
May 20th or June 1st?
Let's do June 1st, please, Your Honor.
Very well. Is that all right with you, Mr. Baca? I know you're
no objection to the date. I do see, however, we might need to complete booking and bond on this case.
Well, if we haven't done that, we definitely need to do so because it is a B misdemeanor at least. Well, you dismissed it, but it started out as a B misdemeanor. Okay, this is continued at the defendant's request to 9 a.m. June 1st. And the defendant needs to post a bond. We'll order that he make arrangements to post a bond in the amount of $2,500 OR. And Mr. Gearing, if you could have him go into a breakout room with court security too, they can make arrangements to get that done.
Certainly, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm working with Jenna. Yes, Jenna, if you would please put Ryan Gearing, Kimbro, and court security 2 in a breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Nothing further. We'll be in recess. Ms. Davis, who did you want to take up? Attorney Davis?
Yes, Akia Noble, please. And she is here.
Now we enter another case, and already there's a red flag: failure to appear previously. That alone puts the defendant on thin ice. The court is giving another opportunity, but with a warning attached. This isn't just scheduling, it's about trust. Break it again, and consequences could escalate fast without hesitation.
We're on the record in BU 2025 TR 2062, State of Kansas versus Akia Noble. Please announce appearances.
Jared Rigueur on behalf of the state.
Gwendolyn Davis appears in person on behalf of Akia Noble.
And Ms. Davis, she told us December 16th she was going to apply for diversion. Is that still in the works?
That is correct. I do believe she has made the payment, so we're just waiting.
Okay, you think she's applied and made the payment?
Yes, she's here. You may inquire. She's on.
Where are you, Miss Noble? There you are. Okay, Miss Noble, did you turn in your application?
Yes, I did on Monday.
Okay, just on Monday, but you sent in your payment with it, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Aguirre, in the last 2 days, have you come across that application yet?
Your Honor, the state has no information to suggest that a diversion application has been received by my office. This would also appear to be the first time this matter has formally come before the court, at least from a successful standpoint, given that the defendant failed to appear at the last setting per the court's finding.
Well, let's see. My notes show that she failed to appear December 3rd of 2025. And I show she was here December 16th. Oh, that was a docket note outside of court. December 16th, defendant's attorney called the clerk, asked if she could be transferred to the prosecutor's office, stated then the defendant had just filed her entry of, the attorney had just filed her entry of appearance after confirming that the application for diversion had been submitted correctly. So it was on the 16th we were told she was applying for diversion, but it was through the attorney. So now the defendant says she has turned in the application with payment, but you haven't seen it in the last 2 days.
As previously indicated, Your Honor, the state has no record to suggest a diversion application has been successfully submitted in this matter.
All right. Ms. Davis, did you turn that in for her, or did she do that on her own?
No, she did, but I can gladly go over it with her to make sure that it gets submitted correctly if they don't have it.
Okay, so would you be asking for a continuance to confirm that diversion?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Regier, if I continue this at defendant's request, would you object to that?
No objection under these circumstances, Your Honor.
All right, this will be continued at the defendant's request. And Ms. Noble, I'm going to give you one last chance to confirm with your attorney all the steps necessary and make sure you did get that diversion properly submitted. It's not enough just to turn in your application, though. You have to get a contract back from them, sign the contract, and send it back. Your attorney will go over all that with you. I will, in the meantime, continue the $3,000 surety bond you posted December 22nd But this will be most likely the last time I continue this for diversion, so make sure you get that done. Make sure you talk to your attorney and get that turned in properly. The contract, not just the application. Okay, anything further from either party?
Your Honor, the state would respectfully inquire if the court is setting a date certain for a subsequent
Oh.
hearing.
Well, that's an important thing to do. Jenna, when can we review this?
May 20th, Your Honor.
May 20th at 9 a.m. And Miss Davis, if you confirm that she's got her diversion contract filed, she won't have to be back here, nor will you. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You have a good day, Your Honor.
You too. Miss Davis and Miss Noble are excused from today's hearing. You may leave. All right. Any other defense attorneys on here? We have a Spanish interpreter, Guillermo. Who is he here for? It looks like Varela. Michael Laura. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Laura.
Yes,
All right.
for Michael Varela, Laura.
Varela, is it Varela Laura? Is it one of those with two names to it?
Two last names, it seems.
Very well.
You want him in there?
Yes, if you have him, please bring him in.
Yep. Morelli.
Oh, okay. No, no tú ahí.
Right here.
Oh,
Okay. This is Morelli hyphen Laura. And Judge, just to let you know, I actually have three people that needs an interpreter here this morning. I have 13 people here for court, and I probably got 25, 30 in my hallway.
All
Most
right.
of them brought their families.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll see what we can do to help you kind of clear some of that congestion. But we'll
All
start.
righty.
Okay, with the help of the interpreter, we are now on the record in BU 2026 TR 272, State of Kansas versus Michael Josu Varela Laura.
Muy bien, estamos el día de hoy aquí entonces para el caso BU 2026TR272, el estado de Kansas, contra Michael Varela Lara.
The state appears by attorney Jared Regier, and the defendant appears in person and pro se with the aid of a language interpreter.
El estado también aparece de hecho con con Gerard Barrier, quien aparece en persona, y también se encuentra con un intérprete en español.
Mr. Varela, you are here on one count of speeding 69 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone and one count of operating a vehicle without a valid license.
Señor Varela, se encuentra usted aquí por exceso de velocidad de ir a 69 en una pista de 59, así como también operar el vehículo sin una licencia válida.
The first charge is a traffic infraction that carries a fine of $69, but no jail time.
El primer cargo es una multa de tráfico de $69 que no conlleva tiempo en prisión.
The second charge of driving without a license is a Class B non-person misdemeanor.
Y el segundo cargo, el de conducir sin una licencia, es de clase B, que es un delito menor.
If you were to be convicted of it, the maximum penalties could be a fine up to $1,000 and a jail sentence up to 6 months.
Si usted fuera convicto por esta, la pena máxima sería una multa de hasta $1,000 y prisión de hasta 6 meses.
Probation is common for that conviction.
La libertad condicional es común para este delito.
You do have the right to hire an attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply for a court appointed.
Usted tiene el derecho de tener un abogado. Si no puede usted costearse un abogado, puede solicitar que la corte le señale uno.
Or you can waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself today.
o puede renunciar a su derecho de un abogado y representarse a sí mismo el día de hoy.
Pregúntale que qué opciones tienes. O sea, si te representas tú solo, ¿qué opciones tienes?
Si me represento yo solo, ¿qué opciones tengo?
If I represent myself here, what are my options?
First of all, who was just talking to you in Spanish other than the interpreter?
Además, primero de todo, ¿quién está hablando con usted en español además del intérprete?
Como no hablo inglés, venía mi suegra.
Since I don't speak English, my mother-in-law is coming with me.
Do you not understand the Spanish interpreter today, sir?
¿No entendió usted al intérprete en español el día de hoy, señor?
Oh, sí. No, nomás me estaba dando una opción.
Un consejo.
Un consejo.
No, yes, it's just that she was just giving me an advice.
Is she an attorney?
¿Ella es abogado?
No.
No.
Well, you have the right to an attorney. Do you wish to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed if you cannot afford to hire an attorney?
Bueno, tiene usted el derecho a un abogado. ¿Quiere usted entonces solicitar un abogado o solicitarle a la corte si usted no lo puede costear que le señale uno?
¿Está bien?
Ok.
Está bien.
Here's where pressure builds. The defendant is clearly unsure, asking questions mid-process, even needing repetition of basic facts. That hesitation can be dangerous in court. When you represent yourself, every decision is on you. Do you think he truly understands what he's admitting to, or is he rushing through?
Okay, you want to hire an attorney? Or you want to apply for court appointed?
¿Está bien, quiere usted contratar un abogado o está bien, quiere usted que la corte le señale un abogado?
Si contrato un abogado, ¿se extendería el caso o cómo?
If I hire an attorney, will this case be extended?
If you want an attorney, we will set this over for another day.
Si quiere usted un abogado, tendríamos que establecer esto para otro día.
The only way you could conclude it today is if you waived your right and represented yourself and entered a plea of guilty or no contest.
La única forma en la que esto podría de hecho concluir el día de hoy es si usted se representa a sí mismo, si hace una declaración de culpabilidad o si usted hace una declaración de no contestar.
You have the right to plead not guilty and set it for trial, however, and that trial would be at a later date.
Ahora también puede usted contratar a un abogado, ir a juicio, pero el juicio sería otro día.
Optaría por la opción de declararme culpable.
I will go for the option of plea myself guilty.
Okay, but do you understand you do have the right to an attorney?
Pero entiende que tiene derecho a un abogado.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, the officer has a form there, and if you're in Spanish.
Sign it.
Muy bien, el oficial tiene ahí un formato para usted, está en español.
Did you read that over, Mr. Varela?
¿Ya lo leyó, señor Varela?
Italiano.
He's reading it now, Judge. Read and signed, Your Honor.
All right, you read the document and signed it, sir, is that right?
Leyó el documento y lo firmó, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you have any questions about what it said?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta sobre lo que dice?
No.
No.
So you do know that you can hire an attorney, and if you do not have the money to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Entonces, ¿sabe usted que puede contratar a un abogado y que si no tiene el dinero para hacerlo, puede solicitarle a la corte para ver si ustedes que aplica para que se le pueda entonces señalar a un abogado de la corte?
Sí, sí.
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing that, you're giving up your right to an attorney and proceeding with your right to represent yourself.
Sabiendo eso, entonces está rechazando su derecho a un abogado y procediendo para representarse a sí mismo.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Is anyone making you represent yourself today?
¿Alguien está haciendo que usted se tenga que representar a sí mismo el día de hoy?
No,
No.
This is your own free will.
Esta es bajo su propia y libre voluntad.
sí.
Yes.
Then I will have the record reflect, both in the journal entry and the docket notes, that the defendant has waived his right to an attorney, both orally and in writing, on the record.
Vamos a establecer en el historial para que se reflejen las notas que él, defendido se está rechazando su derecho a un abogado para que esto quede asentado en el historial.
Ok.
Okay.
How do you plead then to speeding 69 miles in a 55 mile per hour zone? And before you answer, I will give you your options.
¿Cómo se declara entonces al hecho de ir a exceso de velocidad a 69 en una pista de 59? Y antes de declararse, le voy a leer sus opciones.
Option 1, you can plead not guilty, and we will set this for trial at a later date.
La opción 1 puede declararse no culpable y podemos entonces establecerlo para que vaya a juicio en una fecha posterior.
Option 2, you can plead guilty, and we will find you most likely guilty and proceed with sentencing today.
La segunda opción es que se declare usted culpable y de ser así probablemente entonces avanzaríamos a llevar a cabo la misma sentencia probablemente el día de hoy.
Or option 3, you can plead no contest, which means you don't admit the charge, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial.
O la siguiente, que es de no impugnación, en la cual usted no está admitiendo el cargo, pero está usted denegando ir a juicio.
You'd still most likely be found guilty with the no contest plea and proceed with sentencing today.
De ser así, lo más probable es que también se le encontraría como culpable si hace usted una declaración de no impugnación y se le establecería también su condena el día de hoy.
A fourth consideration would be that the state does have a diversion program. Are you familiar with that?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, you said that the state has a what?
A diversion program? Diversion?
La cuarta consideración es que el Estado también cuenta con un programa de diversión. ¿Está usted consciente de eso?
Disculpa, no lo entendí.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
Diversion is a process that if you contract with the state to do certain things like get your license legal, pay some fines, costs, and diversion fees, ultimately they would dismiss the charges and keep them off your record.
Muy bien, el programa de diversión es un proceso en el que usted puede contratar ciertas obligaciones con el Estado, como por ejemplo obtener una licencia legal, pagar las multas, los costos, las diversiones para que al final usted se le puede entonces desestimar los cargos con lo que queda en su historial.
For diversion, you have to apply to the county attorney and be eligible for diversion, as well as be eligible to get your driver's license in a reasonable period of time.
Now it becomes undeniable. The defendant confirms key details: location, speed, and no valid license. At this point, the case is essentially sealed. There's no room left for doubt. This is where reality hits hard. Every earlier decision, waiving counsel, pleading, leads directly to this moment of full accountability.
Para poder hacer esto, tiene usted que solicitar con el condado para que se vea con un abogado para ver si es usted elegible para diversión y ver si también en este caso es elegible para hacer entonces, para que usted pueda obtener una licencia de conducir, obviamente en un corto periodo de tiempo, en un periodo de tiempo razonable.
The whole process of diversion does take time, and I will give that to you if you want to look into it.
Todo el proceso de versión, de hecho, toma algo de tiempo. Yo le puedo dar esto para que usted lo pueda revisar.
Do you want some time to set this over and apply for diversion?
¿Quiere entonces algo de tiempo para poder establecer esto y solicitar por diversión?
No, culpable.
No, I want to plead myself guilty.
All right, by pleading guilty, you're admitting that you were speeding 69 and a 55 without a valid license.
Muy bien, al declararse culpable, está usted entonces admitiendo que estaba usted en exceso de velocidad a 69 en una pista de 59 sin una licencia de conducir válida.
Sí.
Yes.
And was this on February 3rd of 2025, as the state alleges?
Y esto fue el 3 de febrero de 2025, como el Estado lo alega.
Sí.
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
Perdón, ¿cuál es su respuesta?
Oh, disculpe, ¿cómo era la pregunta?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Did this happen on February 3rd, 2025, as the state alleges? Oh, I'm sorry,
Sucedió el
2026. I'm sorry, 26.
Sucedió el 3 de febrero de 2026, como el Estado lo alega.
Sí.
Yes.
And were you driving without a license on Southwest Butler at 220th North in Butler County?
May I have a repetition of the address to show accuracy?
Yes, Southwest Butler Road at 220th Street North.
Y esto sucedió en el Southwest Butler Road y la calle la 220.
No recuerdo muy bien, pero creo que sí. Es que yo no soy de aquí, no conozco muy bien.
I can barely remember, but yeah, well, the thing is that I am not from here, so I cannot remember that.
Okay. Well, if that's what the officer says in your citation, do you take any issue with that? Do you challenge it?
Muy bien, así que bueno, eso es lo que decía en el citatorio que el oficial le emitió. ¿Tiene usted algún tipo de problema con eso?
No.
No, it's okay.
And were you driving a 2017 Chevy Camaro with Texas license plates?
¿Estaba usted conduciendo un Chevy Camaro 2017 con matrícula de Texas?
Sí.
Yes.
And you were traveling at 69 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone?
¿Y estaba usted conduciendo a 69 millas por hora en en una zona de operación de solo 59 millas por hora?
Sí.
Yes.
And you did not have a valid driver's license at the time?
¿Y no tenía usted una licencia de conducir válida en ese momento?
No.
All right, I accept the defendant's pleas of guilty to counts 1 and 2 as knowing and voluntarily entered.
Muy bien, acepto entonces la declaración de culpabilidad de tanto 1 como 2, sabiendo entonces también cuáles eran sus derechos.
Finding the defendant guilty of both counts 1 and 2, I would ask if the state has recommendations for sentencing.
Ahora, encontrándole culpable tanto de caso 1 y 2, estoy preguntando al Estado si tiene alguna recomendación en cuanto a la sentencia.
Yes, Your Honor. As a couple of preliminary matters, if the court wishes, the state is in a position to supplement the record on the issue of jurisdiction.
Muy bien, así es, su señoría. Respecto a algunos asuntos preliminares, a la Corte le gustaría también llevar a cabo esto con respecto a jurisdicción.
As you wish, Mr. Regier.
Como usted desee, señor Reguier.
Your Honor, on the issue of jurisdiction, the ticket does appear to refer to an intersection where the February 3rd, 2026 stop occurred at Southwest Butler and 220th Street North.
Así que yendo con respecto a la jurisdicción, tomando esto que fue el día 3 de febrero de 2026 en la Southwest Butler Street y en la calle 2020 Norte.
The state's information is that that intersection is located south of Rose Hill city limits, west of Douglas city limits, but still within Butler County boundaries.
Y bueno, tomando en consideración la información del estado, es que esa intersección se encuentra al sur de Rosalie, así como también en el oeste de Butler, pero eso todavía se encuentra, de hecho, dentro de los límites del condado de Butler.
Secondly, in the court comments attached to the ticket, the officer specifically noted, quote, said he lived here 5 years. Therefore, it is the state's position that any of the statutory exceptions pursuant to KSA 8236 do not apply in this case.
Y teniendo entonces también especificando que el oficial estableció que, citó que llevaba 5 años aquí, con respecto a la posición, se hace una excepción del 836, el cual no aplica.
As it is the state's understanding that that particular statute deals with exceptions for non-residents.
Y también, bueno, se está estableciendo que entiende la Corte que se está también esto determinando por excepción de no residentes.
With respect to count one, the state.
What started as minor traffic violations turned into serious legal consequences across multiple defendants. The pattern is clear. Lack of preparation, missed steps, and poor decisions in court can cost you heavily. The system gives chances, but not endlessly. Like, comment, and subscribe for more gripping courtroom breakdowns and real legal drama stories.